Nice to meet you. This is the Hobby IT channel. Thank you for watching today. In this channel, it is a video that challenges making things with IT. Programs and circuit diagrams are available on the website below, so please make use of them. Let's have fun together.
This time, I would like to use Amazon Polly, a text-to-speech software provided by Amazon. Amazon Polly reads aloud what you write in text. The supported languages are not only English and Japanese, but also almost all major languages such as Arabic and Portuguese. It is also an advantage of using this Polly because it supports languages that are difficult to find software that supports. Let's take a quick look at what's available. Here is the file on the desktop of the Windows terminal. This file is what I created. Double-click to run. Since it is an HTML file, a web browser will be launched and displayed like this. Paste the content you want to read in this text area. But this time, it will work with this initial input. When you press this button, an audio file will be created and downloaded. Also, when you press this button, it will also read aloud on the web browser. Just enter the text you want to read and press the button to create a reading file. It is very easy to use because it opens in a web browser. Now back to Amazon Polly overview. There are two types of Amazon Polly text-to-speech types, standard and neural. Neural is closer to smoother conversations and has better quality, but costs more than standard. During the first year, you can use 5 million characters per month, about 150 hours, as standard and 1 million characters per month, about 30 hours, as neural. So even neural can be used for about 1 hour every day. After a year, it's $4 per million characters for standard and $16 for neural. I think that it is cheap or about the same as other software as online reading software. Also, the English version of this channel uses Amazon Polly to use what is read aloud as narration. There are many ways to use Amazon Polly, but Amazon Polly only provides an API and does not have an application. So we need some kind of user interaction. This time, we will use the HTML file without preparing a server, and we will use it only with a web browser. It's not an advanced use such as telephony, but this time it's just a simple text reading. So this usage is very easy and recommended. Let's see how to set it up and use it. There are two major things to do. One is AWS configuration to get region and pool ID, and the other is create a web page to use Amazon Polly. First, create an AWS account. Configure settings in the AWS console, and get the region and pool ID. The second is to load the AWS JavaScript SDK and create a web page that uses Amazon Polly with the obtained region and pool ID. Web page creation can be copied and pasted from the Amazon official site and Hobby IT site, so you can use it just by setting the region and pool ID. Now let's look at some more specific tasks. First, we will set up AWS, so create an account. Of course, if you already have one, you don't need to create a new one. If you don't have one, we'll make a new one for you. Open your AWS site. Click on Create Account. Please enter your email to create. An email will be sent to you after you have entered the information, so please follow the flow. After this, you will be asked to set payment information, etc., so enter it. By current design, Amazon Polly cannot be used until this payment information is completed. The creation work itself is not difficult, so I will omit it, but please enter the necessary information such as credit card information to complete the account creation. After creating the account, we will configure it from the AWS console screen. First, search for Cognito and select it. Here, click Manage Identity Pool to proceed. Enter your name. It doesn't matter what it is, but this time I entered it like this. In addition, since authentication such as application login is not performed, it will be used directly from the web browser, so check this box. I will create with this content. There is no particular change here, but I will check the contents. There is no particular problem, so click Allow to proceed. Here, the region and pool ID have been created. We will use it in the future, so select JavaScript, copy and paste the contents, and save it in Notepad. Once saved, you can edit it using the button on the top right. You don't need to make any changes, just scroll down and click Save Changes. This completes the settings, so let's move on to the next IAM settings. Since it is an IAM setting, search for IAM and select it. Please select roles on this screen. Since there is a role created earlier, choose not to authenticate or on. Add a policy here. Search for the policy you want to add. Let's search for Poly's full access policy. I found it here, so I'll check it and add it. You will be returned to the original screen. So check if the policy has been added. Since it has been added successfully, all AWS settings are complete. Next, we will proceed to create a web page that will be used using the ID we just obtained. Regarding the creation of a web page, there are examples on the Amazon official website. This is the page when using it in a browser, but there is a sample at the bottom of this. You can also copy and paste this and change the region and pool ID. However, this time, I changed the screen to make it easier to use, and changed it because I wanted to download it. We will use the pages provided. Here is the modified page. You can use it by entering a value in this manual setting. I'll try. Enter the region and pool ID you got earlier here. It is now available. Enter the content you want to read in the text area, but this time it will be executed with this content. It is now available. I was able to download the file like this, and if you press this button, it will be read aloud. Also, you may want to use it without entering the region and pool ID each time. So save this page to your PC and try using it. First, right-click and save the file. You can name the file whatever you want, so save it. Once saved, open it in a text editor. The setting will be this part. So change the obtained region and pool ID. Save your changes. You are now ready to go. After that, when you want to use it, double-click the saved file and execute it. Since it is displayed in the web browser, you can read it out by entering the text you want to read and pressing the button. It's very easy to use. Next, we will check the case of changing the type of voice and the supported language. First, here is the downloaded file opened with a text editor. By changing this part, you can set the type of audio, supported languages, etc. If you change it directly in a text editor and save it, you can make it work with the changed contents. Let's see what settings we can make. Here is Amazon's official AWS JavaScript SDK guide. I'll try to find out what kind of voice it is. Many people can set it up like this. Please choose according to the content you want to use. You can also set the supported languages with this parameter. The language is automatically selected even if this parameter is not set. So the language setting is not described this time. The voice type can be set in the engine. This time we have set the neural, but it can be changed if it is standard. Please refer to this page and change to the reading software you want to use. That's all for Amazon Polly this time.
We will continue to take on the challenge of making things using IT like this, so please give us a high rating and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.